Hi everyone, we're hitting the road and heading east on a new adventure that is completely separate from our house build. It's going to be a journey of ups and downs.
4 hours later.
It might include us eating some questionable foods.
I did get this donut.
Possibly getting stranded.
Have to see about arranging the tow vehicle to your new.
There will probably be a few meltdowns.
I don't think I'm gonna do it.
So stick around, grab your coffee, and watch us navigate this adventure. We promise to keep it real and entertaining even when things go sideways.
What you doing there, babe?
Besides trying to stay warm, I'm pulling off my cool Diamondback cover off my truck because we have a big surprise in store for you, and this is staying here.
It's 5:11 and we still haven't left. Let me tell you how this has gone down. Claude had to wipe the car down. He had to clean it real good. He had to do all this stuff. He had to call Trent and talk to him for like 20 minutes. What else?
Had to take the cover off.
Had to take the cover off. All right, so now we're on our way.
This is going to be a pretty good adventure. There's a lot of anxiety about the adventure today.
I think you're hyping it up too much.
Hang on, you'll see all this will start to make a lot of sense, and
I'm not sure it's going to make any sense to anybody.
well, what you will know is that I'm crazy. In a good way.
And I'm just here, you know.
Okay, me and Leia are trying to get some breakfast here. It's about almost 7 o'clock. About to get back on the road.
7:10. Got a good night's sleep at a really sweet hotel. It's like $123 a night. That's with tax and everything. And they allow pets. And I think it's the cleanest, pet-friendly hotel we've ever stayed in.
And breakfast.
And it had breakfast. We just ate the eggs. I'll put a thing up here to tell you where we stayed so that if you're ever driving down 80, going east or west, and you have a pet, it's a great place to stay. Very clean rooms. Doesn't smell like dog pee. Only disadvantage is it's super windy over here. I think that's always the case, right?
A lot of wind barriers here.
Okay, and so then we're driving and something lights up on Claude's car. Some kind of check engine light or something. So that's about right. You know, you go, well, never mind. I'm not going to give the secret away, but you'll find out pretty soon where we're headed. Us being good. Brought our own food.
Should we tell them what we're doing?
Not yet. I've been giving hints. Not yet.
Just don't know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Four hours later. And we're still not out. We're being held captive at this point. The surprise is going to be revealed in less than an hour. Hopefully.
Well, we're saying so long to the Ram, the 2500. It's been a good truck. Served me well. Took us across country and back. But it's time to move on to something new. A Hummer! Yeah, baby.
And get your sales guy in here.
This is Tatsu. He's my sales rep. We came all the way to Colorado. Tatsu took care of me over the phone.
What part of Colorado?
We're in Denver.
Thornton.
It's right outside of Denver.
O'Meara
like 8 miles.
GMC.
Okay.
O'Meara GMC.
Yes.
If you're in the area and you're looking for a Hummer, these guys doing great deals on these Hummers. And look at it. I mean, you can't argue with this. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's an EV, so, you know, we're environmentally conscious. Exactly. But anyway, this has been the surprise. We've been kind of hyping it up to you guys, but here it is. We finally got the Hummer.
Nice. All right, we need to get out of here.
I'm letting him drive his old car at the track that he used to drive.
Oh, the Porsche?
This is where I freaked out the instructor right there in that turn. He's like, oh my God, okay, we're good.
Yeah, you know this track. I can tell.
Oh, this is the track in New Orleans? Or?
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting.
This is Claude back in 2014 when he raced his Porsche at that New Orleans track.
Ah! Oh, sorry. I gave you the commentary curse.
You ran off the road.
I never ran off the road when I was in my real car. We're on our way back to Utah, and we're in our new EV, and of course we're trying to
Not have EV anxiety?
yeah, it's, you know, obviously it's a little weird because, yeah, it's just the whole charging thing. But it looks like we're gonna have to stop at least once. And where we stayed last night,
No, night before
last, yeah, where we stayed, there was a charging bank. So the good thing is we'll be able to like charge overnight, or at least when we get there, just start charging and, you know, have it done in a couple hours. So
Yeah.
pretty good plan. Feel pretty good about it. Feel fairly confident.
If not, we'll
So-
be calling the tow truck.
Anyway, here we go. Who knows what's gonna happen?
We're stopping at Buc-ee's to get charged up. And I don't mean food.
Hopefully, there might not be anybody.
Oh, gosh.
Might not be any available chargers. Who knows?
Yeah, because Saturday and Buc-ee's is rocking.
It is. There's so many cars at Buc-ee's. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's that's basically a gas station, but it's huge. They've got like hundreds of gas stations. And Wendy will take some video of it so you can see.
Looks like there's some chargers open. Last night I made chicken salad at our son's house, and so we have chicken salad and we have cucumber and tomato salad. So we're doing good. We're sticking to our diet.
So you plug that into there. Get started. Well, it just gave me the plug with it.
It's not bad. The wind's blowing, guys. Do you know they had Buc-ee's in Colorado?
I didn't know they had Buc-ee's in Colorado.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
So maybe this is a new Buc-ee's. So one good thing you need to know is that, like, when you have an EV and it has to charge, you need to find places that you can kind of be entertained at when you're stopping to do this. So this is a good stop. We can kind of walk around here for 30 minutes while we're charging up.
Yeah. But we're not going to.
But it has a super fast charger, and
You want to show them the app?
yeah, this is the app. Tells me basically my charging progress, how much money, and how many kilowatts I'm getting. So unfortunately, I'm already at 41.
Are you saying unfortunately?
Well, it said it had 250 kilowatts. I'm only getting 152 right now. So it has some
room to go faster. But it did tick up to 52, so I don't know. We'll see. Pretty cool though.
Look how packed this place is. There's our chicken salad and our cucumber tomato salad.
As you know, Wendy won't let me get any donuts, but I did get this donut, but it's for the dog. And watch, as soon as I hit the squeaky area of this thing, I got you a treat. Here you go, good girl.
You got a toy. You're so happy, huh? Aw. Happy girl. Just stopped for our second charge. Well, actually, it's our third charge for the day.
Yeah, but the first one was.
But the first one was from yesterday, and then we stopped at the Buc-ee's, and then we stopped at this Target in Cheyenne.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to make it to our hotel, and when we get to our hotel, we'll have 22% battery, and there are plugs across the street at the hotel.
Let me just say this though. So when we went to Buc-ee's, we had a Tesla supercharger, and it was a 250 kilowatt per hour charger, and it took about what, 20 minutes? 25 minutes. And this one is a 350 watt, and now we did charge a little bit more, but it only took what, 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So that the better the charger, the way quicker it charges up.
So is this one better?
This one's better.
Oh, interesting.
This one's faster. So yeah,
Cool.
pretty cool. It's actually been so far stress-free. So hopefully we get to the hotel and we know that there's chargers right across the street.
And hopefully they work.
So what we don't know is what happens once we get past there.
Oh, that's true.
But I'm sure it's going to all be good. People drive on 80 all the time. So it ought to be just fine.
And again, if not, we'll call a tow truck. It's like, you know, when a tow truck is picking up a EV, it's because the trip wasn't planned out very well.
Or something electronically went wrong. And,
Yeah, I guess.
The thing is, when it shuts down, it shuts the whole
Yeah,
thing
you're
down.
taking it right, babe.
But it hasn't been stressful. I haven't had any anxiety yet.
Yeah, I've had a little bit just because I like to map out our route. I don't like to just say, hey, Google, tell me where to go. And you know what I mean? Like, I like to know in advance everything.
Well, it tells you, you're just not confident.
Yeah, but okay, so like,
thing.
for example, it didn't tell us about the Buc-ee's place, and the Buc-ee's place was cool.
Well, Nathan said the Buc-ee's is kind of new, so it might be that it's not
In here, in the system.
database or something. I don't know. But in any regard, it did. It hasn't really been that stressful. Wendy's getting used to the Super Cruise. I don't think she likes it too much.
We haven't really talked about it. I've filmed you a little bit.
So this vehicle is equipped with Super Cruise, and it basically allows you to, on major highways and things, you can not touch the gas in the wheel, and it will, you set your speed, and it will drive the whole car. You do have to pay attention. It's got a little sensor right here on the steering column that watches your face, and if you look away for too long or you become distracted, it will start making some alerts to you, and then you have to stop. You have to grab the wheel again, or else it won't stop bugging you. It'll change lanes automatically. So like, if that's one thing I do like about it versus like a standard cruise control, is that on a standard cruise control, if you get behind a car, it will slow down and it just will stay there. With this system, it will actually get into if it's safe, it will get into the fast lane and pass and then get back into the other lane.
Yeah.
So it's actually works pretty well. There's a couple times it wanted to change lanes, and it did have enough space, but it was a little bit closer than I would prefer. You know, it almost like you're, I don't want to say cutting in front of somebody, but it was just a little bit closer than I would like. But so I grabbed the wheel and just basically canceled it by grabbing the wheel. But other than that, it does actually work pretty well, especially once you get into the less crowded areas. And it does make driving a little bit more convenient. And surprisingly, you do actually pay attention, even though you're not actually driving the car. It just allows you to put your arms down and make yourself more comfortable, but you still need to pay attention. It actually allows you to see what's going on around you a little bit more. You actually spend more energy making sure everything is safe and less energy actually driving the car. So it does take some of the stress out of driving.
So what I'm wondering is, say you were driving the car and you had the hands-off thing working and you had a stroke or something that debilitated you, would the car stop?
If you don't, actually, if you don't,
so it'll pull over, or it'll just stop?
It'll actually pull over and stop the vehicle.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a very cool feature. Now, I would like this car in a gas. I know it would be a gas guzzler, but...
Or a hybrid or something, yeah.
Or I would like these features in like a regular car.
Well, you can. Those features actually come in. You can get Super Drive in standard cars.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll also say this, is Wendy does really like this vehicle, and she's trying to jack it from me, I can tell already.
I'm not trying to jack it from you. I'm saying if you ever were ready to get rid of it, I'll take this one and we can get rid of the Jeep. But the problem with that is we would still need, you know, your next car couldn't be like some kind of sports car or whatever. We'd have to have a car we could travel in, you know?
Yeah.
Now, if we traded in the RV for like a travel van,
that could be our travel car.
That could be our travel car. That would be cool. Now that's an idea. Very good idea. And we should get money back, right? Because we're not going to spend as much. Yeah, I think we should start looking into that because camping season's coming up.
Yeah, I do think that if we sell it now, it would be a good time.
Now's a good time. We just got everything fixed in it, except for that awning. We need to get that awning fixed.
Yeah.
I think we should start really doing the research hard right now. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, and then here's another thing. Just a minute ago when we were at the charging station, there was a Target, and Claude was like, these charges are costing us more than it would to be getting gas because we're going in the stores and we're buying stuff. Which, I mean, really, I think we spent $20 at Buc-ee's. We spent
$20 at Buc-ee's and basically $20.
And $20 at Target because. So so we spent $40. What we need to do is just make a pact that when we're charging the car, what we're going to do is exercise.
Should be doing push-ups and squats.
Yes. Push-ups, squats, jumping jacks. And that's what we're going to do spending our time.
Especially on a long trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the hotel we're staying in has a workout room. So if we don't get there, it looks like we're going to get there at 7 p.m. So maybe we'll work out. We're driving down 80 and we have 65-mile-an-hour wind gust warnings. And I think we just felt 2 of them, right? I do know somebody that follows the channel that drives an 18-wheeler, and shout out to Brian. Can't remember the last name, but I know he drives an 18-wheeler, and I know he drives through all these wind gusts. So shout out to you.
You've seen these 18-wheelers on this road on their side.
Yeah.
So this wind on 80 is no joke. It's a real thing.
Yeah, the warning is if you're a high-profile car and you're less than 40,000 pounds, you should not be on this highway. We're about 9,000 pounds, but we're a low-profile car, so we're good. Hopefully, anyway.
We are going against the wind though, and it's,
Oh my gosh.
mileage went down 2%.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay, wind, help us out here.
So we're heading dead into the wind.
Oh no, that's scary.
So it may force us to stop somewhere else to charge.
Where is there to charge though? I don't think there's a place to charge. Little America?
Oh no, Little America's like tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
So anyway,
Here comes the anxiety now. So, those of you who've been following us for a while, we took a trip to Dallas and we rented a Tesla because they were super cheap. Like, I don't know, it was like $50 a day. And we were like, hey, why not? Let's try it out. No, it wasn't Dallas, it was Atlanta. Did I say Dallas?
you said Dallas.
Sorry, I meant Atlanta. Yeah, never, ever, ever again would we rent an EV car in a city like that. Just no way. All the charging stations were terrible. It was a terrible experience. It was bad enough that it's Scarpy for life, and I can't believe we actually have an EV. When I say this is not going to be a traveling car, I totally mean it. This is like probably the furthest this car is ever going to go.
Well, I think it's like anything else. Once you know the routes and you know where, where good charging locations are, it makes it easy. If we want to go to Moab, or we wanted to go.
Yeah, but Moab's only 4 hours, so that's not, but this is like a 9-hour trip, so.
Yeah, this is,
it's too stressful.
yeah, it's actually, it's 8, almost a 10-hour trip, honestly.
You mean with our stops?
Well, no, like from Nathan's. All the way to Nathan's,
okay. Yeah.
So it's
It's a hike.
it's a pretty far. It's over 500 miles.
And when we get to the
Actually,
hotel,
it's over 600.
when we get to the hotel, from the hotel to our house is,
I think we did 4.5 hours. So it's another couple hundred miles.
so we have to at least stop one time to charge, right?
Yeah, we'll stop.
All right. We'll keep you
Yeah,
posted.
hopefully tomorrow is just a one stop.
One charge day, one charge stop.
Unless
Right.
when we get close to Heber, or in Heber, we might charge just.
I don't think there's chargers in Heber. In Park City, I know there is.
Park City or something.
But not Heber. All right, guys, we'll keep you posted. All right, so we have to stop and charge again because we're
Well,
driving
to make
into the
sure.
wind.
To make sure we get there with some spare.
Yeah, so right now it was at, what was it at?
We
20?
started at 21, and it's at 16% when we get there.
What we mean is when we arrive at our destination, we were going to have 21% battery. Now we're down to 16. So the wind is really affecting our
1 miles performance.
percentages. So we're going to stop at another Tesla station in
Top
like
it off again.
25 minutes, top it off, and hopefully this will do it because it's because of this wind. Like if we were going the other direction, we would be totally fine.
We'd
But
probably be able to go like twice as far.
yeah, but this wind is killing us. So yeah,
Yeah, the wind is really, really strong.
but we found a couple of stations, so I think we'll be fine. We wanted you guys to hear how bad the wind is blowing right now. It's crazy. All right, the stress is real, for real. We're having a hard time finding a charging station. We went to the Tesla supercharger, and that one will only take Teslas, no other cars. It is what it is. We just went to a hotel, and what was the rate of charge?
It was 6 kilowatts per hour, so we would get it would take about 10 hours for us to get the amount of charge we need.
Yeah, so that one's out. So now,
So I'm going to another one, and that one does about 50 an hour, so we really just need about an hour on that one to get us what we need to get safely to our next destination. But yeah, struggle is real at this point.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about the next step. I think we need to do some research tonight before we go to bed on our own and not rely on this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just because they say I have an EV charger doesn't mean that you're going to be able to use it. Look, this is only a problem because we got 70-mile-an-hour headwinds.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Theoretically, we could risk it and try to make it, you know?
Yeah.
We would still have maybe 10% left, but we're trying to not feel like there's a problem, you know, like a big problem.
Yeah. And I mean, worst case scenario, we'd have to find a place to sleep here.
Worst case, we go back to that hotel that was $6 an hour, and we just rent a hotel room there.
Or we find an Airbnb, because some Airbnbs have them.
Yeah, that might work too.
I mean, we'd lose our money on our hotel room that I booked, but...
This is the peril.
Yeah.
When you have an EV.
Yeah.
And you're going on 80. Which we knew. We knew this was going to be an adventure, honestly.
I don't think I knew that. I don't think I really knew it was going to be this difficult. I think you were sugarcoating it.
It hadn't been difficult until just now.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been difficult if we wouldn't have had this 60+ mile an hour.
That's true.
So it's not completely accurate.
Yeah.
I'm claiming force majeure.
What the hell's that mean?
Force majeure means, is things that are beyond your control. So like most legal documents have, you know, an out clause, you know, with force majeure, which basically means things that, you know, are
out of your control.
Unexpected that are out of your control.
Yeah.
And high winds are definitely not in our control.
Definitely not. Are we going to a store?
We're going to wherever this says.
I know. I'm just wondering where
Maybe it's that Quality Inn.
Oh, maybe. Oh, man. It seems like it's going to be a bad one. All right. We'll report back in a little bit.
It's all my fault because I told Nathan that it's been going really good.
Yeah.
Should have never done that.
All right. Well, so we went to 2 more places. No bueno. So we're going to go to 1 more place. It's our only last hope. So
Obi-Wan, you're my last hope.
all right, we're by some train station in the middle of Laramie. We're walking down back alleys. I'm not liking this too much. We're trying to find a bathroom. It's not a good situation, people.
We found a Mexican restaurant. So we're gonna be here eating. We're gonna be here probably a good 2.5 hours. Not here in the restaurant, but charging. So, by the way, those charging stations that we thought were, well, that are close to the hotel that we're staying at, they're the Tesla ones that we can't use. So, we're hopefully going to charge up enough tonight to get to the hotel and then to get to another charging station in the morning in the same town where our hotel is. Just not conveniently across the street like we thought it was. Drop in the comments below and let us know if you have an EV, your experience is. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's your experience? Give us some tips.
A couple videos back, I said I could be one of those frontier women that would stake a claim in Montana, and I'm now saying I don't think I'm gonna do it because this wind is crazy, it's cold, and can you even imagine what they went through? No. Look at this hair. All right, we're back in the car after eating our Mexican food, and we are at what charge now?
We're about 60%. We got about 180 miles of charge.
So our mileage to get to the hotel is 98 miles. So, but you know, with the wind,
yeah, we just don't want to be.
We don't want to get there and just have like 15% charge, you know, because they say you shouldn't have it less than 20% charged.
Yeah. And
so that's our conundrum.
And it's cold.
What, cold makes a difference too?
Well, it does make a little bit of difference, but it's cold here. I mean, like it's cold.
No, but are you saying that affects the battery?
Yeah, cold does affect the battery.
So as we're driving, that's going to make our battery go down because it's cold?
Theoretically, it does a little
Okay.
bit. I mean,
What the hell did you get us into?
I told you it was going to be an adventure.
These are not the types of adventures I want to go
Mountain
on.
Modern EV Adventures.
You know, it is a modern adventure. That is for sure. The sky is so scary looking. It looks like hurricane weather.
Weather's actually, this is just crazy.
I'm thinking we'll sit here maybe for another 30, 40 minutes.
The whole thing is just not putting ourselves in a worse situation, right?
Yeah, because I definitely don't want to be on I-80 in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I guess worst case scenario, the car runs out of juice and we have to get towed like 10 miles to get to the hotel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and not a lot of people are traveling on the highway because all the 18-wheelers are shut down from going on the highway, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are because the wind is so bad right now.
But we do really like the car.
The car's beautiful. Like, it's so pretty, but yeah. I'm going to say it's an only in-town vehicle, period. End of story. I don't even think I want to get a Salt Lake in it.
Oh, no. Salt Lake is fine. It's only 30 miles each way. 40 miles.
That's true, but you're also doing, you're going in the mountains.
Yeah, but you'll be fully charged.
Okay, well.
So,
Not if there's like accident on the road and you have, well, I guess you could just turn the car off, right?
yeah.
I think we're going to leave you guys here, and I hope to God nothing crazy happens. We'll get back to you. Although my battery is about to die on my phone, and I don't want to charge it because I'm scared to use any juice whatsoever. And I didn't bring a backup battery. Yeah, we'll get back to you if there's anything good. If not, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hopefully. You know, this may be the last YouTube video.
Stop it. I hate when you do that. All right. Good night.
Okay, well, we're still in the car waiting, and now it's starting to snow like crazy, and you can kind of see how fast the wind is blowing there. So yeah, but we've got probably enough battery to go ahead and leave now. We're gonna leave pretty soon.
I don't know if I want to leave in this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
No. Mm-mm.
This is temporary.
I want you to look at the weather pattern.
Okay.
All right, folks. Change of plan. It's 10 o'clock. We've been sitting in the car for over an hour charging, and now it's snowing. So we've booked a hotel room here in Laramie, and we'll start over tomorrow.
Sometimes things just happen. And it's not always your fault.
This was our snow coverage last night. Of course, we don't have any snow tools with us. So Claude had to do his best to wipe the car down. We're on our way to Rollins. They have a supercharger there. Looks like when we get there, we'll have 34% battery.
Hopefully.
Well, we should, because the wind has died down. But yeah, they had a nice little snowstorm here. I mean, not a lot of coverage. Probably because of the wind blowing it all away.
It did make the roads kind of icy though.
Yeah, the roads look a little treacherous if you had to stop really quick. So we left the hotel, no breakfast. We just figured let's get on the road, and while our car is charging in Rollins, maybe we can find something to eat there.
Well, and the other big thing is that the wind doesn't pick up until like 11 or 12 o'clock this afternoon. So we're trying to kind of
beat the weather.
That huge wind that's going to pick up.
Yeah.
So I don't think the wind is going to be as bad today as it's been.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be pretty heavy.
Well, there's obviously some weather issues all over because I have somebody checking in at the Airbnb today, and she said her flight has been delayed. And I just looked at the TV, and there's a lot of weather going through like Atlanta and all that. So this whole system is kind of just pushing through, I guess. All right, well, we'll keep you posted on our trip, and hopefully we'll be home at a decent hour.
Hopefully.
You can see here on this side of the interstate and that side, Those are probably all the truckers that had to pull over last night. It's a beautiful day. All that wind cleared everything out of here. All right, we're at our charging station in Rawlings.
Well, where we should have been last night.
Yeah, this is where we were supposed to spend the night. Thank goodness, though, I called the hotel and they did refund our money on our reservation. So I only feel like that happens on I-80 because they know the weather is very questionable on I-80. Because normally when you book a hotel like that, they're like, sorry, too bad, you know, you prepaid and it's not, you can't cancel it. But anyway, I know yesterday we said when we're going to charge, we're supposed to like work out and do all this stuff, but maybe on the next one we will. I think we need to run in here and try to find something to eat.
We need some calories.
Yeah, there's a little city market right here. So we're going to run in this grocery store, get some food, and charge the car. And hopefully one more charge after this in Evanston, Wyoming, and then we'll be home.
Hopefully.
No, we're going to be home. Don't even say hopefully. Very optimistic. This is going to be good. We got it.
I'm like on my 7th EV charging app now.
Yeah. How did we do on this drive? Did we...
Well, it did get us to 30%, so it was very accurate in the percentage.
Okay.
But,
and it says we have 74 miles left.
yeah, but we started out with 238, and we traveled basically 100 miles. So it should say 138. So it was...
So we should be sitting here right now with 138 miles left to drive, but really
if
we
it was
only
1
have
to 1, but we only have 74 miles. So that's about 60 miles,
taken out.
More.
Yeah.
So we went 100 miles, but we needed 160 miles to get 100 miles. Now, that's also because of the terrain, the wind, and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But it did do the estimate on here right. So it's kind of weird. So the one thing I don't like about this display is it shows you how many miles you have left, not the percentage. But on the maps and everything, it shows you what in the car here, it tells you what percentage you're going to have left. So yeah, I can see that I have 30% right now, but the 74 mile thing almost is irrelevant at this point. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird that they don't have that, in both, you can see both numbers.
Yeah.
But overall, we do like the vehicle and we're enjoying it. It drives real well. There's a lot of really great things about it. But I knew coming that it was going to be an issue. Obviously, we wouldn't have had this problem if the wind wouldn't have been 60 mile an hour, headwind. And we don't know how to predict that. So,
but again, we're not going to be doing these kind of trips.
Yeah. This whole kind of, especially on I-80.
Yeah.
I mean, you could bring it all over Salt Lake and find a fast charger everywhere, but not here.
Not here.
So, anyway.
This is the trucker's road.
It is.
Therefore, I have a trucker's hat on.
You got the whole get up.
I do. I got the matching 70s vibe shirt and my trucker's hat.
We're charging and we're getting some brunch. And what do we have here?
We got our Dave's Killer Bread.
And we got a little Swiss cheese and bologna. So not the best meal, but
this bologna doesn't have any nitrates in it.
Yeah, it's as whole as you can get it.
I'm sure it's got all kind of other weird stuff in it, but I'm okay with that.
Nothing artificial, actually.
As long as it comes from the animal, I'm okay with that. The only thing is I wonder if they use weird fillers in there. They probably do. Whatever. We're just going with it. We'll refresh tomorrow.
Thank you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
We're on with OnStar. We're stuck in
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
We're at a super fast charging station, and the car will not accept the charge.
And there's no chargers for another hour and a half
Thank
away.
you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
And we don't have enough battery to make it
to the next charging station. So if the OnStar guy can't help us to get this thing to charge, we're going to have this thing towed all the way back home. And then we're going to have
Thank you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
And then we're going to have to spend the night here because there's no rental car companies open on a Sunday. So we'll have to go find a hotel, get an Uber. I don't know how we're going to do this. I guess we drive this to the hotel. And then we'd have to see if a rental car
Thank
company...
you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
See if there's a rental car company that would bring us the car or pick us up or something.
Anyway.
This whole little trip right here might be one episode.
It also might be...
Thank you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
The next video might be of me selling the EV.
No, because we already said it was going to be used in town. It's going to be an in-town car.
Thank you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
We should have had it shipped.
Note to self: if you're going to buy an EV for local,
wait a minute.
You just gotta ship it.
I'm glad we've gone through this scenario because it scares the hell out of you enough that you go, yeah, this car is never going to be a travel car.
Thank you for holding. Your advisor is working to help you and will be back in just a moment.
And
it's more than 120 miles. Nope.
And as we've been driving around, we're already like talking about, okay, let's downgrade the RV, get a smaller camper thing. Okay, we're going to let you go because I think OnStar is going to come back.
Settings of the vehicle, go down to updates, see if you have any available updates for the vehicle. If no updates are available, it's going to require the vehicle to go into a deep sleep cycle, so you have to power it off, leave it powered off for at least 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it goes through a deep sleep cycle where it does a self-check. If everything is good on it, the codes will clear out on its own with no issues, and you'll be able to charge or drive or whatever you need to do from there.
Well, I'll try that, and if not, we'll call you back.
Okay, we are open until 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So after 30 minutes, if it still isn't going through and stuff, just give us a call back, okay?
Okay, and if that doesn't work, do I just call OnStar back and have them arrange a tow vehicle or something?
Correct. Like if that doesn't work, then we'd have to see about arranging the tow vehicle to your nearest service center. So the nearest dealer that's EV certified, the nearest EV certified dealer in Rock Spring is Heritage, but I mean that's not even Heritage Chevrolet GMC of Evanston isn't even nowhere nearby.
We're in Rock Springs. We're trying to get to Evanston. Are you saying Evanston is where the next one is?
That's the nearest service center.
Yeah, well, that's where that's the direction we're going to. We live in Utah.
Yeah, we were trying to get to Evanston
we were charging here, and then we were going to charge again in Evanston, but we can't even make it to Evanston.
Yeah, they wouldn't be open until tomorrow. So just so I can get a better understanding, so whenever you try to plug in to charge, it's telling you that it won't charge, right?
It won't make a connection. It tries to initialize the charge on the station, and it says no bueno. There's a error code on the connection or something, So
does it give you the error code number?
No, it doesn't tell me anything in the car. It's just telling me that on the charge station, but it doesn't throw a code. How long does the conditioning thing usually take?
30 minutes.
Okay. So let's see. Getting rest. It says you can plug in at any time. Getting ready for fast charging. You can plug in at any time. Well, was this? That was 36. Well, we've been
on the phone with you for
43 minutes, and we had already started it. So why is it telling me that it's not ready?
It says it's in progress. Where do you see that on the infotainment vehicle?
Yeah.
Give you an option to cancel.
Yeah.
I can stop it. Yeah.
Stop it. Go ahead and stop it.
Okay. Status not ready.
Status not ready. Start battery conditioning.
So maybe we should just turn it off and then for the 30 minutes and then try that bit again.
Yeah, with you stopping it, have you tried stopping it and then seeing if you can charge it?
No, I mean,
without the battery conditioner being in progress?
I can try to charge it again.
See if you can try to charge it again.
I think I'm going to have to turn the car off, right?
No, it doesn't. In order for you to charge, like, the vehicle can be on.
Oh, it can? It can be?
Whenever you charge it. Yeah.
Let me see if
let
me try to initiate a session real quick. The dashboard didn't even show up, so there's no messages here.
So he said it failed to charge, like it won't even start the session.
Yeah, it won't even start the session.
And you tried this at other charger stalls besides the one you're at right now, right?
Oh yeah, I was on the phone with them for 30 minutes. We tried five of the 6 stalls, and other people are charging. It's not the stalls. The EV is just rejecting the system. So let me try the 30-minute go to sleep thing, and then we'll call you back.
Yeah, go. What you do is power it off for 30 minutes. Let it go into a deep sleep cycle. Don't mess with like the infotainment system or anything like that. It'll go through a self-check after 30 minutes. If the issue still persists with it, give us a call back. We'll have to see about setting something up.
All right, well, we'll do that for now. All right, thank you.
Do you want to move the car somewhere else or just leave it here and stay where we are? Do you want to find a place?
Yeah, I was saying we find a place to eat or something, and then
A place that we could walk her?
Yeah. And then we'll just come back.
We have enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we have battery.
Okay. Update number, 100?
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but we turned the car off, and then we were going to go get something to eat, and then we turned the car back on to move the car, and when we reset the car, it cleared the code that we had. We came back to the station, and now it's charging, no problem.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the lesson in this one. When we get a code, we turn the car back on, we loop around
To go find a hibachi grill.
I was just going to say, we loop around the parking lot that we're in, and then we
the
come
dog
back,
pee,
let the dog pee, come back, and the car will be fine, and we'll be able to charge.
See, this is what we didn't know. We didn't know that you had to do that. We didn't know that you had to
find a hibachi grill.
Well, no, you got to go through 5 charging stations that don't work. Then get on OnStar and with the other for an hour. And then you go drive around the parking lot, and then you go let the dog pee at the hibachi grill place. Then you come back, and then the car will charge. But now that we know that, we just
that's what we're going to do next time.
We know the process.
Yeah.
So we're new. We're new. We don't know what we're doing. What are you going to do now? Just eat bologna again? And just sit here and just not mess with the system? Oh, God.
I mean, our options is Smith's, or walk all the way over there to the hibachi grill and leave the dog here on the charger, and I don't want to do that.
They might have something in the deli.
I mean, I personally would rather just eat the bologna again, because anything in deli is going to be really bad.
All right.
Not that bologna is healthy, but it's going to be better than any kind of fried food or anything like that.
I think I need a drink.
Not a Dr. Pepper.
I still want a Dr. Pepper.
So really, earlier I was thinking I should go in the Smith's and buy him a little tiny donut. But then I was like, no, that's bad, because you know what that is, right? That's relating like sugary foods to reduce your stress. And I'm like, no, we cannot fall into that pattern. No.
Oh my goodness.
No. So we keep saying, this is all inconvenient, but at least we're safe and we're not like abandoned on the side of the road. So we have options. We can afford a hotel room. We can, get a tow truck. We have insurance for that. So that's the pluses about all this stuff that's been going on, is that we're not stranded. So, and it's not nighttime.
The wind is blowing like crazy.
It is blowing.
But
And
it's
it's
not,
cold,
it's
but
not
it's not
snowing. And we're not like walking down alleyways in a very small
But I thought we'd be
town
home
area.
by now.
I definitely thought we'd be home by now.
And we're not home.
And we're not even finished yet. So we're going to
No,
charge
we got
here.
to do this again.
And now we got to drive to Evanston, which is another hour and a half away. Charge there. And then
Hopefully make it.
we better make it home by then.
Home.
So we'll be home at dark. It's basically taken us 2
Full days.
almost full days to get from Colorado Springs.
To go about 600 miles.
Yeah, 600 miles.
We already have 586 on the truck, so
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be 700 miles.
yeah. It's okay. We're good. We're all good. Yes, we are.
Oh man.
So Claude heard that if you draft behind a 18-wheeler like this, that you'll save some power. And we're kind of cutting it close to get to Evanston because even though we got the charge to work, it wouldn't charge us at 80%. It would only charge us to 66%, which is not a very good number for us to be at. So we are cutting it close, but hopefully we'll make it there and all will be well.
Sometimes things just happen. And it's not always your fault.
This is our last charge before we get home. Let's see if it's gonna take it. Are we golden?
It's charging.
Yay!
Wendy's decided she's going to drive. Get a little bit of this Hummer action in. We did make the last charge, so we're actually going to make it home tonight. She's getting used to the one pedal.
When you take your foot off of the pedal,
It actually
it
brakes.
does this like
Yeah, you have to feather when you can't just let it off. You need to feather it off. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we'll make it to the house tonight, which is really good because we're ready to be back to the house.
At this point, we're definitely ready to be back
Yeah.
at the house.
We were expecting an adventure, maybe not this much of an adventure.
Yeah.
But anyway, looks like we're gonna make it unless something happens between now and.
You mentioned a flat tire earlier. Please.
Yeah, I
don't
did
laugh.
say we haven't gotten a flat tire yet. So, you know, there are definitely other obstacles that could show up before we get there. But hopefully not. I think Leia's ready to get out the car too.
Yeah. Poor baby. All right, guys, we made it home, and we appreciate you patiently witnessing our chaos with the EV. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you aren't already.
And remember, never unplug your EV. Always reconnect it and seek out EV charging stations wherever you go.